shoplifting. He was caught 6 weeks ago stealing a chicken and a bottle of wine from the Quick-Save store in Gloucester city centre. Police searched Ricard's flat at Long Levens in Gloucester and found what was described as an Aladdin's cave of food and clothing. Some of it dated back to the 1980s. There were more than 200 tins of pilchard, salmon and tuna. Ricard said he stole regularly from Quick-Save because he could get away with it. He also stole goods from other stores, including British Home Stores and Asda in Gloucester, by slipping items into a carrier bag. When questioned, he admitted shoplifting and hoarding had become an obsession. The magistrate told Ricard, "You need help and we're going to make sure you get it." He was put on probation for a year and ordered to receive psychiatric treatment.
A teenager from Northampton has undergone emergency treatment at Stoke Mandeville Hospital after being shot while on holiday in the Algarve. Mark Hazy had more than 50 pellets in his body. Police believe he was mistaken for a burglar. The fight is on again to stop hundreds of new houses being built. A similar scheme was defeated 2 years ago.
The late author Laurie Lee described the Slad Valley near Stroud as one of the most beautiful places on earth. The author, who immortalised his beloved valley in the book Cider with Rosie, was actively involved in a campaign in 1995 to prevent housing development in the area. But having won the battle then, locals are now faced with the news that the Slad Valley is once again being considered for building. The problem is that Stroud District Council must find sites for nearly 4,000 new homes over the next 15 years. And that means that this is one of the places which must be considered.
There is nowhere that we're going to be able to put these houses, anywhere in the district, that people are going to throw up their hands and say, excellent, this is what we wanted, if only that were the case.
That area of beauty is an asset for the whole of the Stroud district, and I still maintain that there are other sites within the Stroud district which are more suitable, which aren't being used to full production.
Stroud District Council stresses that it doesn't want to build the houses here, but that it may be faced with little choice. It'll be several months before any decision is made. In the meantime, it says it welcomes all comments from the public.
More football now, and Swindon Town are out of the Coca-Cola Cup, but Oxford United stay in with a convincing win at Plymouth. Town lost at Watford 3-1 on aggregate, but another 5 goals see Oxford through to the next round, winning 7-3 on aggregate. The ancient RollRight stones in Oxfordshire have been bought by 2 businessmen. They plan to set up a trust to look after the circle.
The Bronze Age RollRight stones stand on one of the highest points of the North Cotswold Ridge. As early as 1100, RollRight, along with Stonehenge, was listed among the marvels of Britain. Pauline Flick, who put the stones up for sale, inherited them from her father, who bought the RollRight estate in 1929. She was determined that the stones remain as they are and approved the sale to city dealer Nat LaRue and his business partner.
We plan to make really very few changes. I think it's quite inappropriate that one should build a car park or a gift shop or anything of that sort.
My client, Miss Flick, had 6 tenders submitted from various people, various organisations. We gave ourselves 2 weeks to consider who she would sell to. And she was particularly keen it should go to a party or an organisation who would maintain it in much the same way that she has over the last 27 years.
And the new owners do have encouraging news, not least for the locals whose bid failed.
We aim to set up a charitable trust, and the intention is that that trust ends up owning the stones rather than us owning them ourselves.
They also plan to ask an archaeologist and Pauline Flick to be trustees. But legend has it that the circle is soldiers turned to stone by a witch's curse, so the new owners must hope to get it right.
And that's the news from me. Good night.
Central Weather, sponsored by Stay Bright Windows, the clear choice in any weather.
Hello again. Well, from the way this afternoon looked, I don't think anyone would think it's due to be as wet as it's going to be. Here's the culprit then, this area of low pressure with its associated front. By tomorrow it'll be centred to the northwest of Ireland, and the front will have swung through to give us heavy rain and brisk winds. Tonight then it'll firstly grow mainly dry, but with cloud thickening and winds freshening. The rain will then be moving up from the southwest through the early hours as the breeze mounts to fresh to strong, but temperatures will be mild. Cloudy and wet tomorrow morning too, the heaviest rain in the west, but the wind winds will be easing down a touch, then staying cloudy and wet later on, a bit cooler than today as well, around 68 Fahrenheit. And the rest of the week is looking similarly unsettled and breezy, but it'll be windiest throughout tonight and tomorrow morning, up to 20-25 miles an hour. That's it. Bye-bye.
The Central 7-day weather line, 0336 40 40 10.
Travel update in association with Business Pages.
Hello, here's a look at tomorrow's roads. You can expect delays both ways on the A5 in Northamptonshire between Kilsby and Watford Turn from the temporary traffic lights. On the A40 in Cheltenham, you've got restrictions at Ben Hall roundabout to bear in mind. Now, there are roadworks on the A41 at RAF Cosford in Albrighton in Shropshire until the end of the month. And work started today in Oxfordshire on the A415 Ducklington bypass. That's for about 3 weeks. A couple of things you need to know if you're in Nottinghamshire. There are temporary traffic lights in West Bridgeford on Gordon Road, and in Basford in Nottingham allow extra time for lights on Mill Street. Finally, for tonight, it can get pretty busy on the A426 in Lutterworth, Leicestershire. There are still two-way temporary traffic lights which can cause delays back to junction 20 of the M1. That's it. See you tomorrow night.
Travel update with Business Pages, helping you to work.
The emergency services deal with thousands of incidents every day. Every crisis is dealt with as quickly as possible in some of the most dangerous circumstances. We follow the lives of the crews that protect us from the elements and watch them combat the deadliest situations.
What's actually on fire?
Blues and Twos, Thursdays at 7:30 on Central.
A writer in need of inspiration.
You need a bestseller and you need it soon.
A suspect in need of an alibi.
We're having an affair.
A real-life murder mystery with an explosive climax. Tom Selleck stars in Her Alibi, Thursday at 8:30 on Central.
And Patrick Swayze stars in our late movie here this evening on Central. It's Dirty Dancing.
The delicate taste of real strawberries is captured in Carte d'Or ice cream. Carte d'Or. Tasting is believing.
Mum! Hello, Brett. A police dog came to school today. And, Mum, he had these huge paws. William, we saw a video of him grabbing a man's arm. What? Marrowbone.
Rocket fuel for dogs?
Cool. Come on, William! He's getting away! William!
Marrowbone is a natural multivitamin because it's hard work being a family dog.
When it's time to go back to school or college, it's time to go to Partners, the stationers. Because we're specialists, you'll find a great choice at great prices. Whatever you fancy. Partners, the stationers with it all.
For some magic movie premieres on Central. The kids are up to no good in Hocus Pocus.
Nice going, Max.
And there's a kid on the run in a far from perfect world.
This happens to be a manhunt.
Are you gonna shoot me?
Me and you are friends.
You never get away with this, you little mister!
Kevin Costner's on target. And on the case, Bruce Willis.
I'm trying to solve a murder here!
What murder?
And what a case.
Psst. Pittsburgh police.
You're crazy, you're nuts, that's it. There's a crazy on the street for Clint Eastwood.
I see you standing over the grave of another dead president.
Gun!
Nightmares can come true.
Don't dream.
Because the fortress is a nightmare. On the screen nearest you, movie premieres on Central.
You're with Central. It's movie time.